Hey, paisanos!
Howdy folks, LK back on the tube here. I've got another old school playthrough today for you. Today's game is Super Mario Bros. 2 for the NES. So grab your coffee, grab your bourbon, or both, and strap in for another retro ride. This is another magical game from the 1980s, and quite the gem from not only my childhood, but the childhood of many, many others as well. And we are just about ready to get started here. And I'm sure, as you can tell by my attire, Luigi's my man. I will be sticking with him the entire way. And getting started. Luigi has quite a unique jump. And it takes a little while to get used to it, but once you master it, in my opinion, for me personally, he becomes the easiest character to get things done with in the game. As we transition into the dream world here. When this game first came out, obviously it was quite a departure from the original Super Mario Bros. From '85. You have the added ability to pick things up, and you no longer kill enemies by jumping on top of them. That has no effect at this point. You try to head stomp an enemy in this game, and they literally do not react. Matter of fact, they couldn't care less. They just carry you around with them for a while. And of course, Super Mario Bros. 2 has quite a backstory, one that I'm sure most people know about by now, but I'll brief through it here for anyone who may not be aware. So obviously the original Super Mario Bros. Was a huge hit, and a sequel was inevitable. And one was made and released in 1986 in Japan, less than a year after the first game came out. And I use the term sequel loosely, because it was basically just an expansion of the original game with the same story, but insanely difficult levels. So much so that Nintendo of America didn't want to risk releasing the game in the US being briefly removed from the video game crash of '83. So they ordered a new version of Super Mario Bros. 2, and it resulted in the retooling of a best-selling game that had only come out in Japan at that point called Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic. And this resulted in Super Mario Bros. 2 finally being released in the States in October 1988, which was over 3 years after the release of the first game. And the original Super Mario Bros. 2 wouldn't see the light of day in North America until 1993, when it was retitled The Lost Levels, and included in that Super Mario All-Stars game for the Super NES. So we roll the die here, trying to get some extra lives, and unsuccessful. This will not deter me in my quest. And I'm sure, as you can tell from a little glimpse of my playthrough skills there in the beginning, this is probably not going to be a perfect run. It already is not. When I play these games, I don't really try to go for like a no-hit run, or like a deathless run. The whole point of all this is just kicking back and having some fun. And I appreciate those of you who have tuned in here and want to chill out and remember the good old days with me. This is the type of game that takes me way back to the days of old, when life was a bit simpler, and as I've stated many, many times before, just a way to wind down and forget our troubles for a little while. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I am enjoying making it. As I hear this old music and see these old characters and executing Luigi's movements here, I mean, it's a certain rush of nostalgia that I get. And in some ways it can be more therapeutic than, I almost put it right on par with exercise. Dare I say alcohol. It may be a little bit of a stretch, but comparable nonetheless. I will say that. And knowing where to place these potions here that move us in and out of the dream world, this is how we find the magic mushrooms, which in this game serve as, I guess you could just say, extra hit points. And again. Alright, this is what I was going for. This could end up being more trouble than it's worth. Oh man, it's a good thing we're not live streaming. I probably would have lost half the count right there. Oh well, we'll do what we can here. Alright, see if I can knock Birdo out here without taking a hit. Let's get in the groove here. You certainly wouldn't be able to tell I've been playing this game off and on for 30 years by my performance thus far. But let's see if we can tighten things up as we go along. Bam. Alright. Now let's get started. Ooh. Alright. Taking the time to get those extra coins pays. It gives you more chances here in the bonus. And been unsuccessful so far, but just getting ready to say hopefully that will change. And maybe it won't. Ah, there we go. Up to 6. Sometimes you can just try to blast through this thing. Nice. Or you can choose to take your time. The results seem to be, well, I almost said random, but I guess luck is a much better word. I mean, because it is a slot machine, right? And we all know slot machines are luck. They are not computer-controlled machines that decide when you win. Right. I believe it's right here. That'll earn us an extra hit point. And I was afraid of that. Got the cherry there before we got out of the dream world and made our star appear a little too soon and we lost it, but gotta be honest, I don't really care. We are just gonna keep on moving forward. See what I'm saying here about Luigi's jump? Dude does not give a crap. Once I really get in the swing of things here, it'll come in handy, and guess what? We're warping to World 4. Sticking with Mr. Luigi here. When I was a kid, you know, I used a variety of the different characters to try to kind of find, I guess, the one that worked the best for me and my playing style. And I learned very early on that Mario was useless to me personally. I am much more effective with Luigi. Despite what you're seeing at this moment. This could end up being the worst playthrough I've ever done if I don't get it together here. And that's what we're in the process of trying to do, so... Alright. Hanging in. I'm really surprised I've not died yet. I absolutely have deserved to so far. And there's that familiar boss music. It is time to put on a show. We've got, well, we've literally got a show. We've got all the cameras rolling around. I don't believe we're going to see Birdo here. It's just these evil cameramen that like to spew deathly visuals our way. Maybe that's an infrared lens. Well, that wasn't too bad. See if I can do this and get a drink. Oh well. No harm, no foul. This is iced tea, by the way. YouTube. Iced tea. Where's the ice? I don't know. Somebody stole it. Alright. Let's see if this stuff gives me magical abilities. Yes. Now I feel like I'm in a rhythm. Well, you know, maybe. Woo. Alright. Yep. And let's go ahead and get that one. And very carefully grab Mr. Mushroom. And we'll just work our way through this stage. A lot of jumping here can be tricky at times, but again, with Luigi, once you get used to the way that he maneuvers, you can really work your way through a lot of these jump stages with much better ease than somebody like Mario, especially Toad. Princess Peach, yeah, she's got the levitation and whatnot, but man, she just doesn't clear that extra yardage that Luigi gives us. So if Luigi's a running back, he can take a jump at the 10-yard line, get right in the end zone. Oof, see what I'm saying? Nice. This is probably my favorite Mario game in the entire series, and those of you who've been watching me, hang on, let's do this here. Yes, got it. And, as a matter of fact, I'm not even going to use this potion. Show you a trick. Birdo starts to get a little tougher at this point in the game, but... see ya. But those of you who have been watching me for a long time, you've probably gotten used to me saying... oh, look, oh shit. Kick ass. Damn, that's the magic number. Got 13 lives now. But you guys are probably pretty used to hearing me say that part 2 in a particular series is kind of like my favorite one, when most people may view said entry as kind of the black sheep of the series. Even though in Mario's case, I think we're probably looking at the Lost Levels as the franchise dark sheep, dark horse, whatever you want to call it. But some would say Mario too, and I personally disagree. I've enjoyed this game since I was a kid, especially once I kind of figured out how to get things done. Stuff like this here. Not only do we want to ride the egg across, but if we take the potion with us, good things will occur. Let's get in here. We got some coins here, see how many we can get. Yeah, I suppose I'm satisfied with that. Jump. Totally clear that ledge. And once again, this is why it rocks having Luigi. We are already where we want to be here. Get the hell out of here. Got stuff to do. Meet Fry Guy. And Fry Guy follows a very predictable pattern here, which I could be executing with a little bit more class, but no harm, no foul, right? One more shot will cause his separation. Guess we can call it that. The Spawnlings of Fry Guy. Rated R. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere. And continuing from earlier, a lot of people consider this game almost like the black sheep of the series in a way, and I guess because of the different styles and themes and whatnot, but that isn't reflected in the sales statistics. I found it interesting that Super Mario Bros. 2 is the 4th best-selling NES game of all time, trailing only Super Mario Bros., Duck Hunt, and Super Mario Bros. 3, all 3 of which had the benefit of being bundled with the NES console. 7.5 mil ain't bad, especially in those days, so somebody liked it. I like it. I like it a lot. I love cherries too. Always have. One of my favorite fruits. Used to bug my dad about it. He would get that hot fudge sundae from Frisch's, and I'd beg him to give me the cherry because, get this, I don't like chocolate. Don't know if I've ever mentioned that or not, but I'm not a chocolate fan. Chocolate cake, ice cream, it's, I don't know, my palate just doesn't really agree with it. But I would beg my dad for that cherry, and I remember he was on the phone with somebody one time. I was asking him for it, and he's like, "No, man, I'm eating that," or whatever. And whoever he was talking to on the phone must have said, "What's that?" And he's like, "Oh, he wants my cherry." Even as a kid, I think that made me a little uncomfortable, but unintended as it may have been. Let's see if we can get up here. There we go. I want to pull the mushroom to the right side, and that is going to effectively free up this mushroom that we want to get. Should drop right down on us. Here we go. Snag us a few extra coins while we're at it. And moving on. Oh, I'm gonna waste you. Didn't say I wasn't gonna get hit. Ah, see that? Little technicality there. Uh-oh. Well, the important thing is we get the job done. A win's a win. They don't all have to be pretty. Oh, we got 8 shots here. Rock and roll. I'll watch none of the rest of them will work. There's times like these I miss my NES Max, which I may still have in the back somewhere, but that was my favorite controller when I was a kid. For every game except Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. It was no good in that. Not for me anyway. The NES Max had static turbo buttons on it right below the normal ones, and man, you could really rack up some extra lives in this game. But we're doing alright. Alright, 5-2. And we're going to work our way to 5-3, and there's a very interesting warp zone there. And being that we're Luigi, we won't have any trouble at all reaching it. Juggle. Oh, and for those who may not know, if you hold down on the D-pad for a couple of seconds, you will activate the super jump, which, as you saw there, is indicated by your character starting to glow. Luigi having such a jump really almost makes him OP. But, hey, the developers put it in, right? It's not my fault, but I will use it. Right. Get the old mushy fruity snack, as we used to call it. See that? Power of that super jump. It's a beautiful thing. Oh, come on now. Yeah, we're not going to worry about all this. We've got bigger fish to fry. Oh, there's the old slowdown. Gotta love that. The old 8-bit and the 16-bit era days. Games are notorious for this. You get too many sprites on screen. Ah, that was dirty. He was in the air when that pile dropped. But no biggie. Look at that. No respect. Don't sweat these little critters at all. Alright, here is one where you must be a little careful. Woof. Be pushing up daisies. Alright, I believe we made it. Let's get to the door here. Nice. And we have Birdo again, who somehow just continues to respawn from the dead. Oh, jeez. Come on, dude. You know what? Yeah, the fish has respawned. Give Birdo a taste of its stinky... I'm sure she'll like that. He, she, who knows? You know, the instruction book said that he prefers to be called she, so that may be the first case of intergender character in a video game. I don't know. Didn't really research it, but I did feel it was noteworthy to mention. And Luigi and I are carrying on. And here's our route. Activate the super jump. Very good. Like it matters. And hello, World 7. Yeah, doing really good here. Well, if you look at the live count, we're doing really well. Some of the careless mistakes I've made, yeah, definitely could be doing better. But, I'm having fun, and that's the key. And that's what these videos are ultimately always about, you know? I hope I help a little bit in taking your all's minds off your daily stresses. That's just the type of release that this is for me. And, you know, getting to go back in time and experiencing some good memories. I don't know. Something really therapeutic about it. You know, I'd love to be like Larry Bird here and say I'm doing all this on purpose just to make it interesting, but I would be fibbing hardcore if I said that. Yes, got that last one. Right? It's a Larry Bird 3-point contest. I'm missing them all but the money ball, just to make it interesting. Alright, let's catch a little ride here. Well, these guys don't seem to mind this too much. It's just another day in SubCon. And away we go. Now here's a part of the stage here that you really appreciate, you know, being fluent with the use of the other characters, like Peach, for instance, but we are going to try to make it work regardless. See if I can whittle my way through there. There we go. Yes. All right. Oh, careful. Appreciate the boost. I did that on purpose too. Not. Wow, did I really just say not? What was that, Wayne's World? There was some commercial too where some kid yells it at the end, I think. What commercial was that anyway? Like Kid Cuisine or something like that? Whatever. Let's keep our mind on business here. And the real Super Mario Bros. 2, again, known as the Lost Levels, as I touched on earlier, was hard as hell. And I remember Nintendo Power Magazine had, well, I almost said contest, but it was more of a challenge, really, to reach World 9 in the game. And you could only get there by going through every single level without warping. You had to take a picture of it with the console fully visible and mail it in, and they were supposed to send you a free Mario Maniac iron-on patch. And I went through that whole damn game. Reached World 9, took a picture, sent it in, and never heard a friggin' word. 27 years later, I'm still waiting on that patch. Smell my ass. Wow. Alright, this is the last level. Had to take a second to get situated. And let's see if we can go ahead and put this one to bed. Hold it. Luigi handling business like a total boss right now. Right, and we got a secret room over here that we're going to get to in just a moment. There's a very important mushroom there that's absolutely worth taking the time to go get. As again, this is the last level of the game. We are going to encounter Wart here momentarily, and we will meet with much resistance on the way, so goes a long way to have an extra hit point up there. And we're about to go snag it right now. Yep, easy does it. Let's slide in there. There we are. And here's the secret room. And there's our mushroom. And that is a extra hit point that will no doubt come in handy, especially the way I've been playing today. And let's get ourselves on out of here without taking a hit, as that would negate the whole damn process. Love Luigi's super jump. Let's see if we can get another one here. Yes. These sparks can be quite the nemesis if you're not careful. And this one right here, I'm sure has befuddled many a gamer. Befuddled me a lot when I was a kid, but you just take your time. Take your time, don't get in too big of a hurry. And you can slide right on out of there without taking a hit. And that's big. Not getting hit there. That definitely going to help us here at the end. Oop.
What?
And here's Big Dumb Birdo one last time. Using the chain here for a little advantage. Again, patience is key here. I've done this quicker than I'm demonstrating at the moment, but wanted to also show you that if you take your time, it's a lot easier than it looks. Or actually how it seems if you are playing it yourself. Now we'll eliminate his little buddy here. Ha, psych. Alright, we're almost there. Take out Falco here, or whatever the hell his name is. It's probably not that. Oof, careful. One more. Party time. Oh, there's the man of the hour. He's the whole reason we're here. Jolly old Wart. Actually one of my favorite bosses. And I love that you get to force feed him vegetables. How much fun is that? Like making a kid eat some vegetables. And after 6 shots he is, shall we say, decommissioned. But don't want to get careless here. Once again, this is another area where Luigi's jump really comes in handy. Ah, getting cocky, Luigi. Sweet. Wearing him down. Ooh. Don't get careless now. One more, baby. Boom. That should do it. Definitely watch him when he's falling there. Don't let him touch you. Especially if you're little. You will lose a life. Beating his ass, and he was literally never seen again. In the Mario universe, that is. Man, I gotta tell you, I remember the first time I beat this game. I want to say I was in 2nd grade. Maybe 3rd. One of the two. And it was time for me to go to school. My mom was yelling up at me. I was so close to beating the game, I refused to turn it off until I did. And my mom was furious at me that day. But I beat it, I watched the entire ending, and I ran my ass all the way to school, and I actually made it. Like 1 minute before I was declared late. That's how important stuff like this was back then. When you were a kid, this was all you knew. Well, if you were a gamer kid, that is. Sorry, didn't mean to pigeonhole the whole damn world there. But these were definitely good times. Super Mario Bros. 2 was the featured cover art for the very first issue of Nintendo Power magazine, and is recognizable immediately for Mario curiously sporting the blue hat that he had in the original Mario Bros. Arcade game, rather than that signature red hat that we'd seen in the first Super Mario, and even as far back as '81, when Mario was known simply as Jumpman in the original Donkey Kong. I don't think the story of what exactly happened there has ever been told, but we could speculate that despite the cover art for Super Mario Bros. 2, the color of Mario's overalls would actually change back to blue starting this game, and it would become his default look going forward. So, since the first issue of Nintendo Power was released in July of '88, I think, this would likely mean the cover art for the magazine had to be completed roughly, say, April or May, a good 5 or 6 months before the game actually came out. Again, just pure speculation, but I certainly think it's plausible that this could have caused some confusion that led to that weird cover. And poor Wart never reappeared in a Mario game after this one, but oddly enough he would appear as an ally in The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening under his original Doki Doki Panic name, Mamu. But it's really odd he hasn't shown up as a playable character in at least Mario Kart or Smash Brothers at some point over the years. Seems like either would be a perfect fit. Poor guy's unemployed, man. Somebody give him a job. I enjoyed the trip down memory lane. I hope you guys did too. Thank you very much for tuning in. You all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step, and then again, let's do the Mario.